They say, so this is quoting our mayor, they say they're a majority, but they're an absolute minority, Therrien said, of followers of these groups. They have no business being in our RM.
Charter advocates, as you know, are trying to uphold freedoms of speech across Canada. And that's such an integral and important role to have. And for anyone to discredit them, I think, is shameful and quite frankly, out of their league. So I would embrace anyone challenging my point of view, anyone trying to say that I was wrong. I think that's so healthy for democracy. And for someone in a leadership position to say to the media that you're not welcome in our community is regrettable.
They didn't have to do any of this. They were trying to help our community. So when I see hostile attacks against freedom of expression coming from our press, that concerns me. And if I think that's coming from this chamber, that concerns me even further.
Thank you very much. This is the RM of Springfield meeting agenda, Committee of a Whole on March the 11th of 2025. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we start. No hats allowed in chambers, no videos taping allowed, or cell phones. Please put them on vibrate or off, and then we'll call the meeting to order. I would like to introduce myself. I'm Mayor Patrick Therrien from the RM of Springfield. Present is our CEO, Colleen Draper. To my right, in the descending order, will be the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Ward 1 is Glenn Fuel. Next will be Councillor Ward 2, Andy Kaczynski. Next will be Councillor Ward 3, that's Mark Miller. Next will be Ward 4, Melinda Warren. This point here will go to the approval of the agenda. Can I get a mover and seconder for that, please? Glenn and Melinda. I would like to add under maybe a new business, a note with regards to King Charles III medal recipients. Be under new business, would that be right? Okay. Anybody else additions or approvals of the agenda? With that addition, can I get a mover and a sec or show of hands in support? That is unanimous and is carried. And then we'll go to the approval of the minutes. That's item number 4, mover and a seconder. Patrick and Melinda. I know you didn't have your hand up yet, but I just anticipated you were going to do that. So the Committee of the Whole minutes, that's February 11th of 2025. We do have a addition down there from from Daniel Page, correction to the minutes there. Would anybody like to comment with regards to item 4, approval of the agenda there? Or I'm sorry, the minutes, sorry. I think the Committee of the Whole minutes on February 11th are fine. The additions from Mr. Page, I don't think they set the level where we would change it to minutes. Minutes are brief synopsis of the events of whatever date that might be, and they're not meant for a narrative transcription of the entire, in this case here, delegation. Simply said it's too much information there. It's not meant for that. That's what the audio is for. Mark?
Thank you, Mayor. Dr. Daniel Page reached out to me with concerns with these draft minutes. And again, he's a member of our community. He's a ratepayer. And he took the time and effort to be a delegation in front of council and in fact in front of the community as a whole. He has suggested to me, and as you can see in his submission to administration and to council, that they don't accurately portray his comments. And I would agree with you in this case, Mayor, that it's not verbatim. I agree with you 100%. But at the same time, the part that is transcribed on the minutes needs to be consistent to the dialogue that the presenter, the delegation provided. And we have Dr. Page in the audience today in the chamber, and he's sincerely taking time out of his day once again to share his concerns and to come before us. But what I would like to say is that we need to be accurate in how delegations want to transmit their information, because these are legal instruments that are a record of our deliberations. And if the person who did the delegation feels that they're inadequate, or quite frankly, as he said, this is not consistent to his words and his verbatim, then we need to take attention to that. And I think Councillor Kaczynski, he's in your ward, and I think he shared some of those concerns with you too, didn't he?
Go ahead, Andy.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Dr. Page talked with me about his issues, and he just said that even the headlines of his presentation wasn't included in the minutes, and it was like misrepresenting and whatever he was saying. So he would like to ask to correct them, and yes, and now he's stating here that delegation was not accurate and have a lot of omissions. So I don't think so. It's too much to ask for it, and and we should subscribe like Mr. Mayor. I know you said that we were doing this for such a long time that why we should change. I guess we live and learn every day. So if somebody giving us good ideas, we should embrace that and make sure that we include everybody and we put the proper information. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillors Miller and Kaczynski. Anybody else? Go ahead, Councillor Fuel.
Yeah, I just have a question for the CAO, Colleen. Are we following the Municipal Act with the minutes that we're doing at this time? I just believe that we would be doing that, and if we're not, then we can change the minutes to add in. But my understanding is it's not verbatim, and as long as we're following the act, I'm good with that. Thank you.
So I mean, this isn't a new issue. There seems to be numerous concerns with inaccurate documentation of delegations. In the minutes, when I spoke with the province, minutes are not a legal document. Under the Act, it says minutes are to be completed without notes or comments and should basically show council's decisions that are being made. When I talked about delegations, apparently we're going probably above and beyond what other municipalities are doing. We should just be putting the name of the delegate and the title of their presentation. Just last week, we were at a conference. I spoke to other municipalities to see how they do their minutes. A lot of them don't do audio or video. We do the video or the audio and post that publicly so anyone can listen to the delegation and hear its entirety. And the suggestion that we should not be trying to summarize delegations, and clearly in our case, it's not working.
Thank you. And I guess if I can clarify our CEOs, I think it's working fine. It's just we're not able to satisfy this individual, and I don't think it rises to the occasion where we would have to reinvent the wheel. It hasn't been an issue before, and this has been going on for quite some time. And there's no misrepresentations at all. There's no intent with regards to that. Feelings are subjective there, and that's what the transcript is all about there. So I think at this point here we can vote with regards to the approval of the minutes of a committee of the whole for February the 11th of 2025. You have to read anything on that, or just going to show hands of those in support? That's Councillor Warren, Fuel, and Therrien. Those opposed? Councillors Miller and Kaczynski, so passed. Then we'll go to that'll be item 6, and that's the new business there. That's the King Charles III medal. I just want to bring it to council's attention there that King Charles III medals were handed out at a ceremony on March the 4th there at the Steinbach Mennonite Museum by Member of Parliament Ted Folk, MLA Kevin, I think, Gertson, and MLA Ron Schuler. The recipients are Gary Walker, a retired superintendent of Winnipeg Police, myself, MLA Ron Schuler, and Howie Bradeen. So the ceremony was really well attended. Many representatives from all the areas within the Ted Folk's area, and really well received there. So that's what I wanted to bring to council's attention. And that's it there with regard. Go ahead, Miller, Constable Miller.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for sharing with us the King Charles Coronation Awards, and congratulations to those who I guess achieved it. What we don't have is the history and I guess the information of how these people earned that. I know there's many in our community who volunteer without recognition, whether it be at the Springfield Food Bank or at many of the churches throughout our community, the community clubs, Helping Hands in Steinbach, and many others in our community that go unnoticed. And it seems to me that these coronation awards, quite frankly, go to political elites or those who are associated with a political affiliation. And you can clearly see that in this. But what I'm saying is I'm going to raise a toast to those people in our community that don't get recognized and definitely deserve recognition, because there are just so many that I bump into in our community, from the Springfield Agriculture Society to Cooks Creek to Dugald Community Center, and so many that, again, they don't need these recognitions to be, I guess, congratulated on. But please, we have to recognize and understand that there are so many in our community that do so much for us, and we couldn't really have a strong community without those people who aren't in those coronation awards. So that's just my comments.
And I totally agree with you. Any other comments or questions? Okay, then